Howdy champs, my name is Mohit and people, today I'm going to show you how to create this cool looking menu bar. Let me as always straight away start off with the browser preview. You notice that there are two transitions. The background color actually goes up from a 70% transparency to a total opacity. 0.7 alpha channel to 1 alpha channel, that is. Okay, not only that, after a while some text actually appears that gives you more information about the menu item that's going to be used out here. Okay, the same is true for all the different menu items out here. They do a width transition, a background color transition. They darken up a little bit, it's slightly lighter. If you notice up front, just darkens up a little bit. See the cool transition out here. And guys, this is the local site folder, just 1 2 3 4 images, and this is the HTML CSS. If you use a lot of CSS3, not a lot actually, just the transition property and opacity. That's not too difficult either. In fact, let me bring up the code. This is Sublime Text 3. You could have used a different editor too. Okay, let's see how much of a code is there. Barely 120 lines of HTML and CSS, mainly CSS3. No JQuery, no JavaScript, nothing at all. Very simple, very straightforward, nothing twisted. Alrighty, so people, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lose some code, I'm gonna use some code, and whatever code I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna recreate for you. Right. So let's get rid of whatever is inside the container ID. Let's lose this as well. Okay, I'm going to preserve the background colors because it's very difficult for me to remember them later on. And let's lose everything else here and here. Okay, and here as well, and here as well. Alrighty, lose this as well. Opacity, transition. Okay, I'm just keeping the style names, the rule names. I'm not losing them. Okay, we are more or less going to do everything from scratch, more or less. Righto. Okay, so just preserve the style names, but lost their properties and their values. And I'm also preserving the whatever is inside the body of the documents. So pretty, so pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So I can just explain it to you. See, there are 4 menu items, 1 2 3 and 4. They all have a class of menu item 1, menu item 2, 3 and 4. They are actually encapsulated in anchor tags, link tags. Let me just separate it properly so that you can easily understand. Excuse me. So in line number line number 77 is where the body of the document actually starts, and here in line number 102. So let's focus first on the HTML. We'll come back to the internal or the embedded CSS a little later. So inside the body of the document we have the container, alrighty, which ends out here in line number 100. That's the end of container. The main wrapper for the menu actually. Every menu item is then encapsulated with A tags, anchor tags with href attribute that makes it a clickable link. Righto. Every menu item is actually nothing but a division, and they have different classes: menu item 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? And every division in turn has an image, which is this image, guys. Contact, home, services, team, etc. So the first one is home.png. Now, although the image is a lot bigger, if I hover upon these images, I'll tell you they are like 512 or something. Come on, let the tooltip appear. One sec. Yeah, 512. Cool. So, but what I've done is, if you notice very carefully out here, through the width and the height attributes, I've actually set them to 56. So basically made them a lot smaller, but ideally you should make it smaller here itself. That makes for faster page loads. What I've done is a workaround, but you should ideally have the original size set to 56 each. Okay, The alternate text should be used. I've not used it in this example, but you should use it. Just a demo, and hence I've not used it. Also notice that I've used internal styles, inline styles, and set the float for all the images to be left. Okay, every image is followed by some textual label which is set inside the opening closing h4 tag. So quality lessons in web development out here, and this label changes with every menu item, guys. And this is my team. It is out here. So as always, guys, A for anchor, opening closing, then a division, and then the img tag, the width, the height, the alternate text, style, inline style, and some textual content. So basically it's all the same for the next two menu items too. So that is as far as the HTML or the body of the document is actually concerned. So the main div, the container div, and then the menu items 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cool. Now let's start creating our rules. I forgot to actually delete the first rule. You see, links by their very nature actually become purplish bluish, so I just changed that and made sure that it's a group selector out here in line number 7. A colon link, A colon visited. For both of them the color should be black. Okay, now container, if you remember, was the first division, the outermost wrapper that's actually wrapping everything inside, basically the menu item inside, the menu inside. And let's give it a width of in fact, even before that, let's take up a browser preview just to see how things actually look. Oh. So this is how we actually start, people. Catastrophic. Okay, all clickable links even now. Righto. Excuse me. Width of how much was the width? I think 900 for the entire width of the container. Okay, every menu item is 180, and when you hover it becomes the double, 360. So I've just done all my calculations properly. So 360 plus 180 plus 180 equals 900. Okay, margin left set to auto, margin right set to auto, and margin top set to auto. Okay, this ensures proper spacing all around. If I were to bring up the browser now and refresh, so you see it's centered up from here, from left and right, and even from the top we have some cushion now. Cool. Next, people, I need to give it some height. How much was the height that I actually kept? Let's start with 100. I can always alter this. Okay, let's see if that was the height. So okay, unless and until I use some background color, I really wouldn't know. Just let's use some background temporarily. BGR for background. BG for background rather. Say this is just temporary, people, just to see what was I don't even remember the height that I actually used. Not very important. Looks like I'd used 100. Okay, so let's remove the background, which I said was a temporary property. Background shorthand property was used out here, guys. I use a lot of shorthands, and you should too. Makes for faster coding, cleaner code. Okay. Cool. Now right now in line number 17 I'm going to create a multiple or group selector, and it's going to target menu item 1, 2, 3, and 4. Where are menu item 1, 2, 3, and 4? They are out here. Divs with menu item 1, divs with menu item 2, with menu item 3. So basically the div or the menu item blocks I'm going to define out here. Cool. Yep, here. So a width of 180, I clearly remember, plus a height of 100. Tab. Now I'm able to expand the code so quickly using Emmet, a code assist plugin. within Sublime Text. Doesn't come with it, you have to install it. Okay, at this point let's bring up the browser, let's refresh, let's reload and check. Cool. Okay, if I float everything left, I think I should use a float left out here. Okay, and wow, cool. What else did I actually do? Okay, I can't recall right now, but we'll come back to it a little later. Now every menu item has a different background color, which is defined out here in the next few lines. Background RGBA. I'm using the RGBA color model people. A is the alpha channel, red, green, blue channels, and the alpha channel, the transparency channel, basically. 0.7 is 1, where I would want it to. Yes, I had used the transition, of course. Transition CSS3 property. I want my transition to happen for all, basically the background and the width for all means all properties, and over 0.3 seconds. Okay, let's see if there's any change now. If I hover and let's see, no change yet. Okay, never mind, it'll happen. It'll take shape slowly but evenly. Cool. Width, height, yeah. So different background colors. So this is the background shorten property, people. The long, I could have said background dash color, but I can even use the shorthands out here. So this is the alpha channel. All menu items are different colors. Cool. Now container h4. Container h4. Why is the rule repeated out here? I'm just wondering. Basically, up front I would want the h4s to not show up. So what I'm gonna do is opacity. I'm gonna set to a 0 up front. Okay, save and bring the browser up and let's refresh. Okay, all the yeah, all the h4s have acted. What are h4s? These are the the contextual matter. h4 here, h4 here, h4 here. The contextual matter. Don't want it to show up front straight away. Okay, cool. So that's fine. h4. Now why I've actually used it twice is something I'm just trying to figure out. I can't figure out right now. Let me just remove it. Maybe I'd by mistake used it twice. Okay, now if I hover over the first menu item, what should happen? The first thing I can remember is the change of background color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fetch the background color of the first menu item from here. Alrighty, and I'm gonna push it out here. That's the first thing I would like to see, but I don't want to use the alpha channel, and which also means I should be getting rid of this. So just RGB. Okay, let's save and let's bring the browser up and let's do a refresh. Exactly. See the change. Okay, not only that, I would also want the width to double up. So width W from 180 to 360 px, so 360 tab. That's the second change. And the third change would be the opacity of the h4 to actually alter. So if I copy this from here and go down out here, h4 on a hover of the menu item 1 should change the transparency, guys, to a 1. Okay, let's see the changes that have taken place so far. Alrighty, the labels, the contextual labels come up. The background darkens as expected. Okay, but I don't want the the labels to appear straight away, and I also want to change the font family. So what I should be doing is yep, font family Abrima. Okay, yeah, cool. Next up, guys, I would want to let's check the I would want the transition to happen for the text. I want text to the text to show up after some delay for sure. Okay, let's set the delay. Where should I actually set it? I think I can set it out here. Transition for what? Let's say all, and to happen for the to happen over 0.3s after a delay of 0.3s. Right, 300 ms. Let's see if this actually works. Let's bring the browser up. Let's refresh. Exactly. Goes back in a very erratic manner. I don't think so this belongs here. Just give me a sec, guys. Let's cut it from here. Actually, here is where it should go. Pretty sure. Yep, this should work. So refresh. Bang on. Yep. So rest of the code should be pretty much simple. So this is the property that's undergoing transition. All means all properties can undergo transition. All cool with that. This is the transition duration. This is the transition delay. So after this delay, should this show up? And this is important. If you don't use the delay, see what happens. I'm going to show it to you. If you do not use the delay, if I bring the browser up, right, see what happens. See the way the text actually breaks. We don't want that break to happen, right? So you have to use the delay. Control Z. The delay has to be there. Okay. I think everything should be pretty straightforward from here on. Item 2 hover. So item 1 hover, item 2 hover. Okay. Width is something which is gonna be common. So I'm gonna push it out here as well. And item 3 hover here as well. Item 4 hover here as well. Okay. Let's at this point refresh and check. Yep, working fine. Just need to change the background color as well. So if item 1 hover was this, item 2 hover should be this color with a little modification. Item 1 hover, item 2 hover. Okay, so remove the alpha channel when you hover over item 2, which also means that you need to remove the alpha value. When the channel is not there, what's the value doing out there? Cool. So let's save the document, bring the browser up at this point, and let's do a refresh. Cool. And which also means that I need to get the H4 going. Okay, so I think I'll just copy everything from here. As I said, everything from here on should be pretty straightforward. So when somebody hovers over menu item 2, the H4 should come back to show back up, with this transition duration, with this transition delay. Righto. Cool. Yep, just what I wanted. Very simple. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this bit from here and go down, push it out here. So when you hover over menu item 3, H4 should show up with this transition. Right. Right here as well. Okay. Let's at this point bring the browser up. Let's do a refresh. Let's check. Cool. 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 I need to also address, if I go up out here, I need to make sure that the H4s are actually text align center. Yep. Let's see what difference this actually makes to the whole appearance. Exactly. Now I just need to tackle the background color for menu item 3 as well as 4. That shouldn't be too difficult at all, people. So what I need to do is menu item 3, this was the background color before hover. Okay, just go down and remove the alpha channel on a hover. So item 2, item 3 on a hover. Yep, background color changes. You remove the alpha channel, you retain the red, green, blue ones, and remove the alpha or transparency value. Okay, similarly I need the background color in line number 39. So when somebody proper this time, go down. So when you hover over item number 4, make sure that you remove the transparency of the alpha channel. So RGBA is now just RGB, and the alpha or the transparency value goes. So looks like I'm all done. Alrighty, let's save things up and bring the browser up. Let's reload or refresh. Let's have a check. Wow, looks everything is just the way I wanted it to see. So the menu actually is centered up left, right, but that happens on a hover, right? Otherwise it's kind of left aligned, which is fine, doesn't look bad at all, right? The text, the label actually appears only once you hover and appears centrally aligned, which is cool. So we have a wet transition, we have a background color transition, so everything is working just the way I wanted to see it. Yep, so all cool, all good, people. Right, let me see if I've missed on anything. I don't think so. Right, so people, I hope you found this tutorial useful. Guys, if you need the HTML, CSS, and even the assets, basically what I can do is I can bundle up everything out here. I'll put it up on my website, http://qualitylessons.net, the downloads one section, and you can download it from there, but that may take some time. I may be a little lazy doing that, so what you can do is, if you need it immediately, and if you don't see the project hosted up there, you can just send me an email and I'll just email it back to you, as soon as possible, ASAP. So guys, please sub if you already haven't. Please like if you think it was deserving, share, and see you soon. You have a good day. Bye bye. Peace.